This is a baby that I have really fell in love with. And Hi, good to see you guys again. Welcome back. For those of you who watched the previous videos and have subscribed, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to coming in, so that we can grow this family. If you're new here, hi, my name is Chastity. I am the owner and creator of Blueprint Essentials, which is a skincare brand where I make handcrafted skincare, whether that be soap bars, body oils, shea butters, lotions, all the things that cater to your skin and self-care are made by myself. This is a baby that I have really fell in love with and is nurturing and growing. I left the corporate space at the end of December 2024 to really go full-time into entrepreneurship. And let me tell you, it's been a journey. So I really decided to create this channel to really bring you guys into what it is that I do, to introduce you to myself and Blueprint Essentials, what we do, and just grow a family. So yeah, so today I thought we would do a kind of chat, and then I'll show you around my soap studio and just kind of bring you in to get you a little more familiar with myself. So I am currently in part of my soap studio. On this side here is where I have like crafts. If you can see behind me, I have a Cricut machine and a sewing machine and some stationery back there. To my right, you can't see it, but I have my computer and all the tech stuff over there. To my left, we'll go into that further, is where all the soap magic happens. So I'm really excited about starting this journey. If you haven't subscribed, I would encourage you to do so. Definitely let me know your thoughts. I am new to the YouTube community. I'm new to the whole recording yourself and posting it on YouTube thing. So I'm new, but I'm excited. So yeah, so I started in 2024. I left my corporate job in 2024. I remember it was December 31st, 2024. That was my official last day of working for a corporate company. And it was bittersweet. I was definitely in a leadership space. I'd been in there for years, and so I was making a lot of money. And so it wasn't a decision that I took lightly, but I knew that all this passion and my goals, I needed to take the leap of faith and step out there. So I did. I surely did. And so really Blueprint Essentials is older than a year. I started in 2021, really was the official birth date. But, hindsight is 2020. So when you think about, all the things that you wish you would have known back then, that you could take what you know now that you could take back then. I mean, I think everybody would have decided something different or made different decisions. So when I first started in 2021, I had no idea about running a business. I just knew this was something that I loved to do. I think it was more I liked to do it in the beginning, because something that you love to do will propel you and keep you going, even when it gets difficult. So I started it. I had no idea how much effort it took. Because, if you work for a corporation or you work for someone else, I mean, they pretty much have everything built, unless it's a startup, for you, and you're just running the machine. But when it's your own business that you're starting from the ground up, You are the hands, you are the feet, you're the legs, you're the eyelashes. You are everything to that company. And so it puts, to get it up and running, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. And at that time, I was working full time. So I was doing it really at just whenever I could, on the weekends, on the evenings, starting here or there. I did build out like a website. So I did have an e-commerce website in the beginning. I had very little products on there. But I was, just growing and just starting where I could, which there's nothing wrong with that. You start where you are. And that's what I really did. I just started where I was. I didn't have someone to show me how. I didn't have a mentor, anybody that I could rely on to really walk me through all of the different steps to building a business. It was just me, on the job training, learning by, myself. And after about a year of, doing it, part-time, I kind of just was really intimidated by it, honestly, because I did take time in 2023, 2024 to reflect on 2021 and what, I could have done better. I didn't have a lot of customer base. I didn't really know how to market myself or put the business out there. Social media, I was not a social media person at all. And I think that was intimidating, just, getting out there, putting yourself out there on platforms, just exposing everything I wasn't ready for at the time. And so I got intimidated, honestly. I just kind of said, you know what, I'm just going to take a break because it felt hard. And I did. I put it down for a year, but it just was something that just kept coming up. It just kept nagging at me. It was like something you put in a corner, but you keep seeing it in the corner, no matter if you're walking by it. You see it at the corner of your eye. It's something that's on the back of your mind. And then you see other people who are entrepreneurs who are extremely successful, but you're like, well, wow, I believe I can do that. And I truly believed it, but I didn't have the discipline or the stamina at the time to really push past the challenges. And so I put it down for like a year and a half, and then it came back up, and I just had a really long conversation with myself, a lot of deep reflection, a lot of prayer, a lot of seeking God on what could I have done better, and just really knowing that this is what I'm called to do and not something that I like to do. I just fell in love with it, and I just continued for it to be something that went from the back burner to the forefront. And so I just started plugging it again. I just learned from previous experiences, like, having the grit, not wanting to give up, pushing past. If nobody responded, if, I got one customer, if I didn't get any customers, what am I doing? What didn't I do right last time that I could have done better? So all of those things really was like, you know what? I can do this. I really can, because personally, my personality is made to not give up. Like, I'll keep doing something. I'll keep trying until I get it right. I'm just not going to give up on something. I'll keep doing it. And that's just something that I just believe God has put in me to keep pushing and keep trying. And so I said, you know what, I'm just going to try. I'm just going to step out there in faith and do it. I got a lot of encouragement from a lot of people to, just keep doing it. And I believed in myself, because the first time around I did it, I was looking for the applause of other people. I was looking for an applause from an audience. And let me tell you, in entrepreneurship, when you're building a business, no one's applause should mean more than, number one, God's, and then two, you shouldn't believe in yourself And you shouldn't weigh it off of the applause of other people, because they like you one day, they may not like you tomorrow. You may like me today, you may not like me tomorrow. So it just depends. So yeah, so this past year has been, I've seen the most growth out of myself as an entrepreneur, as well as the company. I mean, it has really grown, and I love that. It's been challenging, definitely. It's been challenging, but I love it. One of the two, I can equate like two things that really helped me get past a certain space. And number one was social media, just getting on social media and posting, doing lives, posting, talking about it, all different types of platforms. And then number two was farmers markets. So for those people who are in my community who may not, have access to my social media, but, they can come to a farmer's market and get introduced to you. That was a great way where I built a community. And so it has been a really good experience. I participated in a couple farmers markets, and each one has been different. Each one, and I'll plug in some information, or maybe I'll add in a little screenshot of each farmer's market. Hey guys, so today I'm out here at the farmer's market, and I just realized that I've never really showed you guys how it looks. So I always talk about it, but I never get to show you. So right now, if you can see, we are actually at the farmer's market. There is a river that runs down the park, and it's so beautiful. Sometimes there are people out here fishing and also fly fishing. And as you can see, there's so many beautiful trees. Usually the birds are out here. And there's like a little bridge down there. If you can see, if I bend down and zoom in, there's like a bridge you can cross over. Isn't that so cute? All right, and then along with that, there's this boardwalk. And so all of the vendors have their designated spot on the boardwalk. And there's a park back there. And as you can see, it's going, and there you go. And so the vendors, we line up across the boardwalk, and you have people just walking by. People want to play with their kids and go. All different types of vendors that are out here. It's really beautiful and really peaceful. And so here we're coming up onto my booth. If you guys can see it, it looks awesome. I did make some changes to it, if you can see. And I'll come in a little closer. So this is our farmers market here in our city. And here is some nice booths. Let's set up. Participated in two. One was Trailside. It was really in our city. It was beautiful. It's by this park. It has this lake. It's a little boardwalk area where you could come and walk, and it was really beautiful. A great place. I think it could have been more accessible to the community, but it was great. And then another farmers market was actually is still ongoing that I participate with, has more traction. There's more vendors. It's a bigger farmers market that goes on every Saturday. So, yeah, I've learned from both of them. I've gotten over a lot of fear of stepping out there. Now I'm more comfortable with stepping out and trying it. And, you know, if it doesn't work, I don't consider it a failure. I just consider, okay, let's pivot and let's start something else, right? I just wanted to bring you guys in and give you a little bit of background on me and where we started from. As we're winding down to the year, you know, oh my gosh, I can't believe that this year has flown by. I have to sit down and come up with some 2026 goals. I want to step it up, you know, some more. I've increased as far as products and what we offer this year. And so next year I want to take it to another step. So I think that is a good time to take a break. Let me go ahead and show you the soap studio. I'll be right back, just a second. Okay, so it's a little bit, hopefully it's light enough so you guys could see, but it's a little late here, so you can see the sun kind of setting a little bit, but I believe you guys can see. So here in the front of my table, you can see some of the stock of soap bars that I have. Here you can see them there. I make all of the soap myself. All of these soap bars are made with shea butter and other oils, and just a whole bunch of fun and a whole bunch of, you know, exciting things. I love the creativity that takes place with making soap, and it just is so much fun. All right, so over here I have my my KitchenAid where I make my shea butter. I have the trusty microwave when I need it. And then here is my stock. Some of it, I have stuff everywhere, but I have stuff set aside from the market. So that's downstairs in bins that I can easily grab. But here is our sugar scrubs and then our body oils. I have 2 different types of body oils right now. I am actually getting ready to expand into a 3rd one. Here's our shea butters. And down there I have some mystery soap bags. These are, I pack like our ends and stuff in there, and you can get those. All right, and then here's some of my soap bars here. Pink Petals and sheer linen. This was for sensitive skin. I definitely wanted to create bars where those people with sensitive skin had something that they could use that felt great and it smelled great. So this is cashmere lace. This is like one of the very first soap bars I ever made, and it's beautiful. All right, here's my loofah soap in here. So it's a buntini. So it actually is, it looks like a donut or a bundt cake, and there's a loofah soap embedded in there. So hold on, let me show you just a second. Okay, so here is one of our loofah soaps. It actually looks like a buntini, like a little cake, you know, like Nothing Bundt Cakes. It's actually a soap bar. It's a 3 butter soap bar. And then on the side, the loofah is embedded in there. So I haven't seen anybody else that has created a buntini. This is something that I designed myself. And it's really just for, you know, some fun and those who like loofahs. Down here is all of our bath dust. So I make a foaming bath dust where you can pour it in your water and it foams and lathers and bubbles and it feels amazing. All right, so over here is my cabinet where I keep bottles, like my oil bottles and all of my materials in there. What do you call these? My aprons, so I can keep my clothes at least somewhat decently clean. All right, and then this is where I cure all of the soap bars that we make. So right now I have a couple curing because I'm preparing for our holiday box. And so I have some back stock, but most of this is for our holiday themed soap box. And I will bring you guys more into that once I get it all packaged up. So I'm thinking that it will have 2 bar soaps, a bath dust, and a sugar scrub with it, but more to come on that. So, and then over here is where I keep some of my molds. I have a lot of molds up there, individual molds. These are the ones that I started with in the beginning. It makes about 10 bars, and then I have the big one up there. That's the 28-pound mold. I love making that. It takes a lot of material, but you can get a lot of soap done with that. And then over here I have all my little storage things, mask and thermometer and label maker, gloves and tape, all of the micas. I don't know about you guys, but if you are a soap maker, you have a lot of micas. That's what you color the soap with. Down there is all of our little shreds that I use for packing. My labels. And then some extra stuff. And then I keep all of the florals down there that I use for the oils and stuff. So over here on this table, it's kind of like a mini all to do table. So I keep my printable labels in here. And then when I'm getting ready to wrap soap, I will print it off using this construction paper. I make my own labels. I use Canva on that, and it has been amazing for me to use Canva. I think it's a great way to save money, but it also is really, really cool to do. I designed my own label. So this is going to be one of the soaps. It's called Winter Wonderland. And so I use these to wrap the soap. And so it has all the information on there. And then, yeah, so I have a little bin where if I need to order new stuff, I put it in there. Pens and all the paperwork that you need for business. Now over here is all the fragrances and oils and all the things that are used to make fragrance or scent. Soaps, body oils, all that stuff. I mean, when you start making soap and stuff, I mean, I watch people on YouTube and they have so many fragrances. So I really had to like slow myself down because I was buying all kind of stuff, and I want to make sure that I'm being more wise with what I'm spending here for fragrances. But a lot of the scents I do, I like to mix and match scents. So even if I order some scents, I usually don't keep them as they're ordered. I like to create new scents. And over here, I have my cutter, my soap cutter, 2 soap cutters. Again, and this is behind me where I was just sitting. So yeah. So that's my soap studio. When I first started off making soap, I was in a little corner doing as much as I could. And as we've grown, I've moved upstairs and taken over a huge area which is dedicated to this business. And so we are actually at max capacity. So, but I'm very grateful that I have the space that I have to do everything that I do for this business. A lot of the things that are done by myself. So I make the labels, I make the soaps, I design them, I print them, I package them, I ship them, all of the designs, all the fragrances. I mean, everything is really on me to do. And my daughters has helped me. Like, they've given me pointers and there's a couple soaps that are an homage to them. Yeah, so this is my baby. This is what we're doing. And so, yeah, this is our soup studio. So If you guys are interested in anything, let me know in the comments below if you want to learn more about what I'm doing. There's so many things that you learn with entrepreneurship, ways that you could cut costs, and like how do you save money by creating your own labels versus sending them out to some place like Vistaprint or some other place. It just depends, whatever your budget is. In the beginning, I think everybody starts making your own stuff until you get to a point to where you have to outsource it, because it gets so big, which is a good thing, so, and then upscaling and all the things. So yeah, so if you guys would like to learn more, if you have any questions, I can come on and share about each and every soap. You can check out my website where everything is at blueprintessentialsllc.com. You could follow me on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on TikTok, and of course YouTube. And yeah, so if you have any questions, comment below. Let me know. If you want to hear about more about me and what we're doing and more about the business, let me know. Definitely. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining today. I think I'm going to do posting like every Thursday. I do lives on Facebook, on social media, while I'm making products. So I do lives. On Thursday has turned out to be the day that I do live. So I think I'm going to post videos as well on YouTube. And, kind of build up our library on videos. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, if you're new, and you're interested in what we got going over here, I would definitely encourage you to like and follow us so you can get the latest videos and content as it comes out. And if you have any questions, again, comment below. Otherwise, nice to meet you. See you again. Look forward to getting to know you. And we'll be talking soon. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.